Hey, Jesse.
Good morrow, Lindsay.
Good morrow.
Yeah. How are you?
Top of the afternoon to you.
How you doing there? Yeah.
What you drinking today?
Knob Creek. I had a deal on the Knob Creek.
Yeah, we went
I got it in on the rocks. I got it from Sam's. It was a good deal. If you want a good deal on Knob Creek, go to Sam's.
Sam's Club.
And then
sponsor us.
I made like a little something that I'm going to drink a little on that's got like a mango and energy drink in it. So I'm going to do some of that. What are you drinking over there, Miss Lindsay?
I've got 2 strawberry White Claws in my cup with some strawberry sunset Alani.
Sounds like heaven.
That you stole the rest of from me.
Yeah, I did. So that's in mine. Okay. I stole your still.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, but I just took a sip of the Knob Creek, and it's very, very party, Lindsay. It's very, very party, and it's Friday.
Let's kick it off.
Let's just party on. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah.
I think we dancing the same dance to this now, right?
Yes, we are. We're
Night
both chucking in our own little,
Yeah.
Not at the Roxbury, but slower.
Slower than Roxbury.
Slower.
Yeah, definitely slower than Roxbury. But still, we can do like the whole,
Yeah.
the finger nose thing.
Yeah, it's like they can't see you.
Oh, yeah. Well, but all that matters is me and you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
No, and our wonderful listeners.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, they matter.
how are you?
You matter. Thank you so much. You are wonderful.
And
you are
this is-
kind. You are smart. You are important.
So important.
Yes.
And if this is your first time, hey guys, how are you?
Hello.
So we are Jesse and Lindsay of the Drink About Something True Crime podcast, where we do talk about true crime. We have some drinks. And Jesse features a band at the end of the episode, kind of the palate cleanser, if you will. Because today we're going to need one. But first,
No.
what made you feel old this
I
week?
had a rough ass week. Lindsay.
Did you know?
Yeah, I did. I had horrifically rough because I want to say 2 things. Okay.
2. Heard.
Yeah. So when I'm watching Testament with you late at night and I'm looking at all the commanders, right?
So Testaments is the second part or the second series of Handmaid's Tale. If you guys haven't watched Handmaid's Tale, do it right now. If you don't do it for anything else, do it just for awareness. It's a horrible watch, but it's awareness. And now we're in the second show, Testaments. And go ahead.
What did we watch? Tuesday? Wednesday?
I think it was Wednesday we watched it. Yeah.
I'm as old as some of them creepy ass commanders on there.
Spoilers.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Me.
I know.
Under
Made
his
you
eye.
want to barf. Made me literally want to go hurl. I was sick watching that episode. I was physically ill. What did I say? Like every 5 minutes, I was like, ew.
Don't let the bastards keep you down.
Yeah. I was just like, ew. Fucking gross. Just, I hate it.
That makes me feel old. I'm looking at that and I'm like, dude, I'm like older than some of these
And
dudes.
you would never, ever, ever think to be anywhere near, like close to being attracted to a girl, because they're not women, a girl that age.
No. They just reached puberty. Creep.
Literally just, I
Creeping.
mean, like immediately.
Dudes,
Just
old
happened.
ass dudes creeping. Spoilers, not spoilers. Just fucking disgusting.
And that was accepted
part 2, Lindsay.
for a long time. What's part 2?
Dude almost fucking died yesterday. At
Oh my
work.
God.
Yeah.
And how? Are you going to explain how?
Yeah, but I was going to leave you in suspense because I'm a little fucking shocked about this
You're a
because
little
I had
shook?
to go out to the aid, and lifting hydraulic cylinder equipment off of a dump truck, the big piston that lifts up the dump truck. It slipped and fell and hit him right upside the head.
Oh my God.
Ambulances, the whole thing, blood, gore, all the stuff. Right there in front of me, I had to run out with the first aid kit, try to mop some of that stuff up, knocked him completely unconscious. and fractured his vertebrae back here in the back. So that's the update on that as we speak right now. Older dude, 65 years old. That made me feel old, right? I want to retire at 65. Can you imagine that happen at 65? You're on the cusp of.
Listen, I am
And then
manifesting all the good energy because that is just, it's not fair.
No. Well,
that we live on this rock made of water and grass. And we have to work our asses off to be able to live decently. And you go and you try to achieve the dream of when you don't have to anymore. And then your life is just gone. Like that is, it's so sad. Like I have literally went to the funeral of a very dear friend. I'm going to fucking cry. I got to stop. But that worked her ass off every day, had multiple jobs. And
you're going there, Lindsay?
I'm just, yeah, I'm not going.
You're just
I'm not
feeling
going to
my
go.
vibe right
I'm feeling your vibe.
Yeah,
and I'm
when
going
to. When I came home, I was like, Lindsay, I had a horrific fucking week at work, and I left it at that. I just didn't want to talk about it until now. And I really didn't want to get off into it until now, but I'm still trying to grasp a lot of it, but I was holding it back, and I'm still kind of holding it back. You know, this dude is like a New Englander, transplanted into Florida, been working here for a long time, just an old kind of cat, dude. He's worked his ass off his whole life. You can tell, like, dude is worn down. He's ready. And at the cusp of retirement, and then a horrific, could have been tragic, life ending, inches away. Inches, seriously inches. Because it hit him upside the head, but where it was located between the hydraulic cylinder that probably weighs 400 or 500 pounds, when it slid over, it had all that inertia between that and the bed frame of the dump truck. And if his head would have been just a little bit lower, there would have been no shock cushion. It would have been metal on metal. Yeah. So anyhow, what made you feel old this week, Lindsay?
So mine's going to be a little bit lighter. So I shared with you a couple of TikToks yesterday about songs that turned 30 years and songs that turned 50 years old. So in the 30-year category, it was like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, things like that. And then in the 50 category is what we used to consider classic rock. So it made a little bit more sense, but it was still like a lot.
It was still kind
like
of pop
Fleetwood
music
Mac
though, right? When we were young, it was pop music. It was like still kind of circulating in the radio. And yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what was crazy is there was an Ozzy song on both the 50 and the 30 year. Did you catch that?
That's love. Yes. Yeah, that's love.
But that's what made me feel old this week. And I did post that in stories last week. If you guys follow us on Instagram, I posted the 30-year TikTok. And I think the handle of that guy is Potatosaurus.
Yeah.
And I've been following him for since the beginning of my TikTok era. But yeah, it's crazy because all of those songs are still relevant today, which made me happy to know that the good music is still continuing on. But when they aged it, I was like, I just wanted to just fall out.
Yeah.
just fall down and cry somewhere, crawl into a hole.
Yeah. Not that I was trying to one up you there, Lindsay, but at the same time, that's really weighing on me right now. It's a pretty tough one there. Tell a story and fuck me up more. Go.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, because I'm about to...
Destruction.
Yeah, destruction. Oh my God, I'm dropping my pen. Okay, so this week we are drinking about the Idaho Four. Have you had any knowledge of this case whatsoever? Because it's pretty recent.
No.
None at all.
Did it happen like at a potato chip factory or anything cool like that? Or
no.
Fuck. Love me some Idaho potatoes.
I know.
But they're not a Grafton potatoes.
Is your favorite potatoes?
Yeah, it's my favorite potato status. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I saved a recipe on how to make them homemade instead of boxed.
Ooh, that's eliminatus of
That'll be a night when I have some time though, because it's a process. Yeah.
Decalculatus eliminatus.
But I probably,
potatoes.
when I make those though, we'll probably never go back to boxed au gratin. So anyway,
Love them though.
like I said, today we are drinking about the Idaho Four. So in the fall of 2022, this is very recent, 5 University of Idaho students were roommates in a 3-story off-campus house on 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho. Now there was a lot of the resources that I used to put this all together. So a lot of people called it King Street, but the actual address was King Road. So there were 6 bedrooms, 2 on each floor, and this was like a hillside home. So there were entrances on the first and second floor, and one of the roommates was in the basement.
Right. But dormish, right? It's like a dorm.
It was a house.
Yeah.
It was a house. Yeah. Okay. I watched. Yeah.
But they're college kids in a house together.
Right.
So okay.
So the roommates were Madison Mogan, and she went by Maddie. Kaylee Gonsalves, Xana Kernodle, Dylan Mortensen, and Bethany. I think it's pronounced just maybe funky. It's spelled Funke.
You killed it, Lindsay. Either way. Yeah, I love it.
So all of these girls were part of the Greek life. They were all in sororities, okay? And Maddie and
I just lit the fuck up right there.
know.
Wait a minute. Wait, we got to pump the fucking brakes on this one, bro. My big fat Greek wedding type fucking situation?
No.
Are they walking around
Greek life. They're in sororities and sorority life.
Yeah, but at the same time, if they have ailments, are they spraying it with Windex?
Oh God, don't say that. Okay.
What? I love that.
I'm taking a drink because this one's going to be hard for me to unload on Jesse.
I'm just trying to bring some light. I need some chuckles in this one, but you're going to fucking just keep it right here, right? You pressure me.
I'm so sorry. So Maddie and Kaylee had been best friends since they were little kids and grew up together in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And their rooms were on the 3rd floor. Xana and Dylan were on the 2nd floor. Dylan's a girl, by the way. If you didn't catch that, I need you to lock that in, okay?
No, yeah, when you put it in Greek, I'm like, oppa. I'm loving it.
So Xana and Dylan were on the 2nd floor, and then Bethany was on the 1st floor. I mean, it was the basement, like I said. Now, Xana's boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, who was also part of the Greek life, he was in a fraternity. He stayed the night with Xana often, so he was pretty much part of the household as well. They just called him like the honorary roommate.
But all Greek, right? Just a full-on culturalistic college situation. What?
What do you mean? They're not Greek people. They are just part of sororities and fraternities. You understand that, right?
Oh, the Greek. Okay.
Oh my God.
What? The Greek lettering, the Greek words. Yes. Yeah. Kappa Zeta Gamma, one of the Wu-Tang Clan members. Right. Something. Yeah.
That's what they call the Greek life.
Yeah. Okay. Now I thought it was like Greek culturalistic people too.
No, they're in sororities and fraternities, which is the Greek life in college terms.
Right.
Yes. University terms.
I mean, I get that. Yeah. I thought it was like these people were actually Greek too.
No, they're not Greek. They're not Greek at all.
Because I was hoping, dude. I don't know why I didn't catch that. Like, I'm watching you and I'm like paying attention, but I didn't catch
explained it to you.
Well, I mean, maybe I was trying to twist it to make it, a little bit funnier because I was hoping one of them would have a grandma that liked to flash people, dude. I mean, just walks outside.
What do you mean he don't eat no meat?
No meat. That's okay. I make lamb.
Yeah.
I was trying to reach for something. Let's back.
Well, Ethan, he was.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, man.
Revert your whole way of thinking.
Yeah, but I was having fun with it.
They are sisters of sorority, and Ethan is a brother of a fraternity, okay?
Got you now.
Now, Ethan, he was part of a set of triplets. Now, I've met a lot of twins, but I've never met any triplets. And their mom, or Ethan's mom, does say that they are literal test tube babies. That does happen a lot when you get IVF or it's in vitro, right? I'm not really schooled on all of that.
It was planned, set up, scientific pregnancy. Yeah.
So Maddie, she was 21 and she was a member of Pi Beta Phi and was about to graduate with a marketing degree and she worked part-time as a waitress at Mad Greek restaurant. This was just like to pay her little bills, her little, food that she wanted to buy, gas, things like that.
So it's still Greek, though.
No, Jesse. It's fraternity and sorority.
Just leave me alone, dude. Just leave me alone.
Now, Xana, she was 20 and also a member of Pi Beta Phi and also worked at Mad Greek Restaurant and was also majoring in marketing, and she was a junior at the time. Her boyfriend, Ethan, was 20, a member of Sigma Chi, and was a sophomore majoring in recreation, sport, and tourism management. And I'm sorry, I did not look into what that is, but it seems like I didn't even know that that was a thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, there has to be
I am a very uneducated person.
Yeah.
But past high school, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those guys probably have the same career in what we went through in that timeshare shit.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Kaylee was also 21, a member of Alpha Phi, and was about to graduate with a degree in general studies and had a job lined up at an IT firm in Texas. Kaylee had the cutest little golden doodle named Murphy, who she had, this is so funny to me, this is for college kids, she had split custody of her little puppers with her ex. His name was Jack DeCoeur, and they had been broken up for about 3 weeks. And according to a few sources, they were still kind of they were
co-parenting over their fucking Murphy,
their little Murphy.
There's no way I would have a dog named Murphy without not having another dog named Charlie.
He has his own Instagram page, and I'm going to talk about that later on. Okay,
I would have a Charlie dog and a Murphy dog.
A Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, because fuck your couch.
All right, we're going dark. Okay,
I'm trying my best to not, dude. Okay.
Now, I just want to say really quick, too. Now, this house was considered like the party house of King Road, okay? And there were a lot of other student housing in the area. There was apartment complexes. This was just like, this was a party street. And 1122 or 1122, whatever you want to call it, King Road, King Street, it was
Party Central.
Party Central.
Gotcha.
People were in and out all the time. The sliding glass door didn't even lock. Everything was just a nice little community of friends. They had a large friend group. There was other people in the apartment complexes that would come and go as they pleased.
You're bringing in a lot of variables into the salad here, Lindsay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, on November 12th, all the roommates had done some partying. Like some went to games. Ethan had went to a formal with his sister. So he had a brother and a sister. They were all part of the triplet, the little triplet, whatever you want to call it. They were the triplets.
The throuple group. Yeah, they're having fun.
Yeah, and they're DNA related. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So Ethan had went to a formal with his sister, Madison. Not Madison. That's not right. I'll get to her name in just a minute.
Yeah, we have no mistakes here.
So everybody had done some partying, like I said, and Kaylee and Maddie, they were in their room, and Ethan had come over to stay with Xana, and she got some food delivered around 4 a.m. Now, Dylan, she was in her room sleeping and woke up to some noise on the third floor where Kaylee and Maddie were, and she thought that maybe it was just Murphy the dog, just scurrying about.
Charlie Murphy!
But then she hears one of the girls say, "There's someone here." So she opened her door, but she didn't see anything. And I need to stress this heavily. Dylan had done some drinking. They had been pre-gaming since 11 a.m. All the kids in this house. Everybody had been drinking all day, in and out. And, so things can be disoriented when you're in a half drunk, half asleep state.
Yeah.
Okay.
College kids, party, what you got?
Right.
Yeah.
So after she sees that, or she didn't see anything when she opened the door, she also thought that she heard someone crying, and then hears a male voice that she didn't recognize say, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Now, she didn't think anything of it at the time, so she just closed her store. Like I said, she's in a half sleep, half drunk state. Well, she opened her door again a little later, and she sees a male that she did not recognize, like, at all. He was dressed in all black with a mask over his face, like a COVID mask. Because this, we're post-COVID times, but
they still have it going on. Yeah.
And this guy walks right past her, and she remembers that he has bushy eyes and thought that he was a fireman. And he goes out the sliding glass door, which was on the second floor. That was the exit on the second floor. And she was kind of frozen in fear for a moment, because she didn't recognize this guy. But this was a party house. People were in and out all the time. And apparently the sliding glass door was like what everybody used.
Right. Maybe she was thinking, well, maybe he's just gone and it's all right.
Right.
Yeah.
At one point, she thought that she was just seeing things. Well, she decides to text Bethany, who's down in the basement, and be like, hey, did you hear something strange? Did you see anyone? And apparently Dylan had the reputation of being a little bit more dramatic. Bethany's like, no, but get down here if you want to. So Dylan goes down to Bethany's room, and she kind of runs down there, and she's still scared and disoriented. And on the way, she saw Xana laying on the floor of her room and thought that she was just kind of drunk and passed out, because we have all been there when the floor is your sanctuary. You know what I mean? Like, right. You lay in bed and everything's spinning, so you just kind of want to lay on the floor.
They're living on the edge. They're used to seeing people just flopped over, even randos just on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Right. And they're kind of used to this, but at the same time, it's catching her off. And she's like, wait a minute, I got some kind of red flags popping up right here.
But she still freaked out, about what she thought she saw, and goes down to Bethany's room, and they lock the door, and they try calling all the other roommates. They don't get an answer, so they just assume that everybody's asleep. And Dylan kind of describes it as maybe she was just dreaming. She's in this half drunk, half sleep state. So her and Bethany kind of go in and out of sleep for the next few hours. But as more time goes by and the girls kind of wake up and start sobering up, Dylan was like, maybe that wasn't a dream. So they decide to call a couple of other friends to come over from the neighboring apartment complex. Like I said, they had a large friend group. And one of the friends, Hunter Johnson, goes on up and finds that Xana and Ethan were dead.
What the fuck? Figured that was coming, but damn, Lindsay.
And there is what is described as rivers of blood.
No.
Some of Ethan's blood had actually leaked out of the house. Oh
my God.
So they called 911, and Hunter Johnson actually he's careful what he says to these girls to make them call 911. And he's like, tell them there's an unconscious person, which will later be scrutinized. And I don't understand, because these are all fucking kids. You know what I mean? So when the police arrive, they also find that Maddie and Kaylee were also dead.
Holy shit, Lindsay. This is plant-worthy. Stuff right here. I'm going to go ahead and just turn on over to Roberto.
All 4 victims have been stabbed to death by a military-grade K-bar knife.
Oh.
Who else used a K-bar knife?
In Gainesville.
College. Yeah.
Just south of us. Type situation. Copycat type situation.
No? We'll get there, but
okay.
It was just crazy to me that we've already covered student murders that were killed not in the same manner by any means, but with the same weapon.
So go back and check out Screaming for Danny Rowland.
Yeah.
You can hear about all that and understand why there was a franchise of horror movies made behind it. But still, dude, why is that oh, that's so fucking... Oh, you got me picturing
and a lot of resources that I used, it's crazy because, like, even though this is a military grade knife and a lot of people in the military own one, they don't ever use it. No. It's just like a thing that they own. you know?
Yeah. Last resort, hand-to-hand combat, something.
Well, the killer left behind the sheath.
Mm-hmm.
So just clock that, okay?
Yeah, because we're hoping to hate on somebody later on. The fucking crazy bastards. Dude, what the hell did they fucking get off into? I understand the party and having all that stuff, but what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy, okay? So the survivors, of course, they have to be questioned along with everybody in the friend group. And Jack, Kaylee's ex, he woke up to several missed calls from her because he had been sleeping. And when he calls back and he doesn't get an answer, he just comes to the house and then he sees police and his friends like they're on the street just crying as the police are going through this house. And what's crazy is, okay, so the University of Idaho, their mascot is the Vandals, and they get a vandal alert, which is like an Amber Alert, but just for their school.
Yeah, just in the campus area.
While they're sitting out there waiting on police to come tell them something, they get a vandal alert on their phone about a homicide at that house. The police are right there and haven't told them anything.
So somebody else is alerted outside of the house.
Well, yeah. So the police contact the school board, you know, and and they're like, we're sitting here waiting for answers. I mean, like one of them even said, "What the fuck is this?" to the police, and the police do apologize, but it's a lot. There's just a lot of silence in this case that really bothers
before
me.
Declaration, right? Before,
they don't even know that Kaylee and Madison are also dead.
Exactly.
They know that Xana and Ethan are, but not Kaylee and Madison. So now there's, absolute panic.
Onset by the aggressor, I'm sure, right? I'm thinking.
No, just, let me get there.
Damn, this is some crazy twist right here. And I'm just thinking of that fucking knife because, God, I have nightmares about that knife, dude. I'm going to buy one.
Well, Jack, he gets questioned. And then Hunter Johnson, who originally found Xana and Ethan, he calls Hunter Chapin, who is Ethan's brother, his twin, or, his part of the triplet.
Right.
Hunter Chapin has to call his sister Maisie. That's who Ethan took to the formal. I couldn't remember her name right off the dome. So he calls his triplet sister Maisie, and then his mother, who was grocery shopping and 6 hours away. Now, the school nor the police had contacted any of the parents by 2 p.m. in the afternoon. They called 911. I think it was 11:55. The vandal alert had already went out, but no police or school had called the parents of any of these families yet.
Wow.
There's chaos everywhere. And so we have 4 victims, okay?
Right.
When these parents, especially some of these parents have not been public in their talking. A couple of them have. Ethan's parents have, and Maddie's parents have.
And it's a tight-knit street, so everyone on the street already knows.
They all know each other.
They all know. Yeah.
Now, for the safety of the students, classes were canceled, and this turned into like an early Thanksgiving break. And I could not put in words what these families were going through, like at all. I can't. You have to listen to the audiobook and the documentary that I'll plug later. Now, the question was, who the fuck committed these horrific murders, and why were these 4 kids targeted? And there was speculation that they were bound and gagged, and they were not. There was speculation that there was some weird love triangle between some of them. There was not. There was speculation that one of them had been stalked. But we're gonna get into it.
All the scenarios in my head did not.
It's something
it did not connect. I can't.
It doesn't connect.
There's
nothing. So
fucking reason right here, and I was thinking the same thing. Of course, what else could I think? I'm as a on taker of all your fucking true crime shit that you keep throwing at me. What else am I going to think? But there's nothing.
So after investigation of thousands of tips and reviewing camera footage from the area, like people's Ring cameras, CCTV, everything that they could find, a white Hyundai Elantra kept being spotted several times on several occasions. And it had been seen speeding away from the area around 4:20 a.m. the day of the murders. Xana had food delivered at 4 a.m. I just want y'all to know that. This all happened within 20 fucking minutes. Now, this information, along with DNA on the knife sheath, all pointed to a 28-year-old criminology student named Bryan Kohberger, who was attending Washington State University in Pullman, Washington. And this was just about, this was under a 10-minute drive from
Holy
Moscow.
Fuck, Lindsay.
Whole different state, but it's only a 10-minute drive.
Oh, but it's so horrifically twisted into... I have so many thoughts, but I'm going to let you keep talking. I have so many
you're going to have to just let me roll on this one because you will not understand nor figure it out.
No, well, I mean,
And I just want to say also, before I go any further, Dylan and Bethany, the survivors, they were ripped apart online.
Yeah, and that's why
ripped
I said
apart for not calling 911 sooner, for not doing this, for not doing that. I mean, their lives were fucking torn apart because they survived. These were kids.
Yeah.
Kids who had been drinking for 12 hours plus.
In fear about the situation that they're in the middle of right now.
And it didn't
How are you
dawn
going to
on
communicate
them.
to these people and be adult about it? Half of them are still probably a little buzzed to begin with. And they have this lifestyle. And now it has become what their parents told them not to get into. I mean, yeah. Who wouldn't be like kind of little off a little bit when you're trying to explain all this that happened in your own household that you're trying to control?
Well, also during the entire investigation, it was 47 days. The police weren't talking at all. The only things that they would do and come on and say after like so many rumors were being speculated and people's lives were just being torn apart, they would come on, to the media and say, okay, this is who we're not suspecting. So please stop harassing them and, just tearing them down because we don't suspect these people at all. And so Madison and Kaylee had been seen at what was called the Grub Truck. It was like pretty much the only spot that you could go. It was a food truck that you could go and get food from after partying. And they would do a live Twitch like every night. And it was kind of like an advertisement for more college kids. Hey, come get food from us. We're open. We're available. Come get food. They were seen buying food from this truck. And there was a guy in a white hoodie behind them who everybody just fucking targeted. And it wasn't him. Okay. Wasn't him. So this guy's life was like fucking wrecked. Then there was another guy who was called, who was part of the, like this little community called Sober Bros, who would pick people up and responsibly take them here and there. He was scrutinized. Like it was so many people were just fucking torn apart.
Right.
Because of this one motherfucker named Bryan Kohberger. Now, Bryan was born November 21st, 1994. And I'm sorry, but that made me feel ancient because a motherfucker that was born in 1994 can commit crimes like this already. That doesn't make any sense to me.
But he was studying the criminology stuff,
he
right?
Was studying criminology.
He's the guy. Okay. So he's the guy with the DNA they're starting to really target right now. Because there's nothing else. There's nothing tangibly else like they have something physical.
Well, they found they had to research because he didn't have a rap sheet.
Or biological.
He didn't have a rap sheet. Yeah. So they had to find his DNA through like our heritage apps that we use now, like DNA, 23andMe and Ancestry and things like that.
Which is a good fucking thing.
It is a very good thing. It is solving so many crimes now.
How many millions of things have been exposed over that right now over the last 20 years?
Not even 20. It's like a decade.
Yeah.
Maybe 15. I'm not sure.
All the way to...
Time doesn't make sense to me anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah. All the way to the scarf that they found from Jack the Ripper, right?
Right. And we're gonna he's on the list.
Ooh, but this is a lot, and I'm destroyed already. And this guy, and studying all the criminal and all the shit, and then he's fucking just that fucking knife, and I'm so scared of it. Oh God.
Now he was from Pleasant Valley, Pennsylvania. He's all the way over here in Washington State. Okay. He had been the weird kid in school, was bullied for his weirdness and his weight most of his life. He had already been to rehab for heroin abuse a couple of times. And he had a best friend who ended up passing away. Bryan stole from his family. Like he would sit in the trees and wait for this kid's family to leave and go in and rob this kid's father of his knife collection, his coin collection, like
all this is like real things that people know, but
no, that was never reported
on the backside.
I'm about to say why. So the mother of this kid that Bryan was friends with knew that it was Bryan, but she didn't report it because she knew of everything that Bryan's family was already going through with his heroin abuse. So she never reported it. So he has, like I said, he has no rap sheet.
Okay, because I'm over here looking at Lindsay right now, and I'm like, I'm wanting to see like all the so the mother's coddling and holding back from letting this exposure happen to try to push him into something great in life. Hey, I'm going to hold all this back. I'm not going to tell nobody. Go on to college and make your life and be a good human, right?
Well, yeah, because so he attended Monroe Career and Technical Institute. But he dropped out, and I think this is around the time that he was having the heroin problems. And then he became a security officer for the Pleasant Valley School District in 2015. In 2018, he attended Northampton Community College and earned a bachelor's degree in psychology. And then in 2022, he moved all the way across the country to Washington to pursue a PhD
in criminology.
And was working as a teacher's assistant.
The top fucking student in the class.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Now, he was pretty much still the weird guy, and he liked to stare at people. And he would stare at them for uncomfortable amounts of time to kind of establish dominance. This was like oh my God, when I show you a picture of this dude.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, on a power trip.
Right. And a lot of female students began to complain about him because he literally like seeped out misogynist behavior.
And projecting darkness on everyone.
Yeah. And he had recently had a meeting with the school faculty and they terminated him from his TA position after a couple of warnings. He had warnings. They were like, so what he was doing was when he was grading mostly the females' essays and things, he was writing more essays on top of their essays, critiquing them, and it was basically just all on the female students.
Yeah,
so
power over them because they're not going to fight physically back.
Because he hated fucking women.
Yeah. What a fucking dirtbag, dude. All right, I get to build it. Can I build the hate? Can I?
Yes.
Not that I want to live in hate. I hate it.
This is going to really fuck you up here, okay? So Bryan had an obsession with a guy named Elliot Rodger, who was an incel. Do you know what an incel is?
No.
Okay, so an incel is an involuntary celibate. And incels are a community of men who are pretty much not able to have a relationship with the opposite sex or same sex or whatever, but they desire one. But they're too awkward to make this happen for themselves in their own lives. So they just begin to hate mostly women. And they definitely hate women that are popular and of the Greek life. And they call them Becky's and Stacy's. And they're just like, this was very scary to me. This is a community. I've got tears welling up in my eyes.
There's a fucking community?
There's a community of fucking men that hate women, that just bash them and talk bad about them. And
this guy right now,
Elliot Rodger, killed 6 people and injured 14 before taking his own life. And he had a 37-page manifesto and a video describing everything he was going to do before he did it. I guess that he hit release before he committed all these crimes. And Bryan Kohberger idolized this fucker.
What the fuck? That's a real thing, Lindsay.
It's a real thing. I know. I've got chills. This one's bothered me all week. Look at me. Ooh.
There's pockets of this bullshit that people actually participate in.
Oh, and side note, there was 62 million men that all visited a website that basically is a how to sexually assault your wife and how to, I mean, the world is bad. Everything is bad.
Why do I have chills right now?
I know.
Why are you looking at me like this? Why am I looking at you like this? Why are we doing
this week that
why is this a this? This should not be a fucking this, Lindsay.
This researching this case has feared me into exhaustion over what the human mind can sit and think of.
I need a nap, dude.
Bryan Kohberger
can I just let the plant's not good enough here?
He did not know one of these kids. But I'm going to go on.
No.
So Bryan never felt like he fit in and did not know how to talk to women. So why did he target the 4 that was murdered? While there has not been yet established any motive whatsoever, he had eaten at the Mad Greek restaurant because they served vegan pizza and he was a vegan. And either Maddie or Xana, I'm pretty sure it was Maddie, turned him down.
And there was his motivation right there, full on.
So he stalked them. Now, after the murders, after he committed these 4 horrible crimes, he returned to the crime scene around 9 a.m. to see
what he created.
But also, I think because he studied criminology, that he was going to go and try and get that knife sheath back that he left behind.
Right.
Because another student that he went to school with, that was in the documentary I watched, said that he probably gloved up, wore booties, did all the things
except for
to
that
not leave anything behind.
Yeah,
exactly.
Studied on this in fucking college.
Right.
Yeah, he got all his shit. Hated people because of not being able to deal with rejection.
And
that's
not
what it
just
boils
not
down
knowing how, like, he treated women like shit.
Yeah.
You don't get a woman's attention by critiquing them to death, by making them feel stupid, by making them feel inferior.
Yeah, you're not going to get his power. He's going to take it right away, right off rip, because he's not going to deal with rejection because he's not capable of dealing with rejection. That's what it boils down to.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Human rejection. When it comes to sexuality, you can't not have that in life. You have to learn how to deal with that on both sides.
Well, then he left on a road trip back home to Pennsylvania. Now, his dad flew all the way from Pennsylvania to come drive this distance home with him. I guess it was because I'm sure he told his dad, I want a road trip home. So really quick, I referred to my side notes because I forgot to mention this. So after the murders and the police are quiet and everything's quiet, there is a gag order in state for people who do know evidence. Okay. Because they've been studying Bryan for a while. All right. Before we get to.
Already had eyes on him.
They already had eyes on him. There was 2 women, that made a Facebook page of the Idaho murder discussion group. This is before anybody knew anything. There was one person with the handle Papa Roger, Elliot Roger, Papa Roger.
Okay. Yeah, that's who he studied. Right?
That's who he studied.
Oh, fuck.
That was all of his posts, all of his comments were so disturbing that these girls had to end up banning him. Unfortunately, they lost the footprint of all of his posts because of that banning. And when you look at hit when, so I guess they had screenshot a picture of his handle, which was an AI generated version of him. When they go on to arrest this guy, they compare and they're like, holy fuck. Because one of the admins was like, I should have screenshot everything, because he was under the handle Papa Roger. And he was actually talking about shit that was not
discussed or
in the open.
Did
in
Daddy
the public.
know? I want to know now. Did Daddy know? Daddy went and got him. Did Daddy know? They drove all the way back. Did Daddy know?
At this point in 2026, no, that nothing like that has come to light.
But okay, so this is in between them traveling back, or he done made it back.
So Dad flies from Pennsylvania, and they drive Bryan's Elantra to Pennsylvania, back home. He's going home for the holidays.
Right, from Washington to Pennsylvania.
The police are already watching.
Yeah,
The police are already watching, and they do 2 like routine traffic stops because he keeps tailgating people. Like he's, kind of driving. I mean, stop tailgating people. Don't get on their ass. Somebody tailgated me the other day and I was fucking pissed, because if I had been in the mood and wasn't on my way to work, I would have brake checked and just let that fucker hit me. Don't tailgate people.
Yeah.
Car link behind.
You feel like you got them cool ass driving skills, just back the fuck up and be safe, because it's going to cause somebody else to overreact.
Right. I almost pulled over and just let this person go around me.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, I had a weird driving situation today, but I mean, I was in control, but at the same time.
That was fucking kids. Yeah. So they've got eyes on him for a couple of days. They watch him thoroughly clean out his car using gloves, things like that. And when they arrest him, he was actually separating certain things into like Ziploc baggies. They bombard the Kohberger household. They arrest him on December 30th. These murders happened in November, before Thanksgiving. So like I said, it was 47 days. And this was 47 days of pure fucking hell to the survivors, to the families, to people, like I said, the sober bro, Hunter Johnson, the one who found them and checked their pulses. So many people
getting hell.
He got death threats.
What?
Him and his girlfriend, who lived in the neighboring apartment complex, who was big sister, like in the sorority house. She was big sister to Maddie. And these kids went through fucking hell from online sleuths and just absolute crazy people out there. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop standing behind our keyboards and ruining people's lives. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, and you got to kind of...
Because Dylan and Bethany, they still, they're not in the public eye whatsoever. Yeah. The survivors.
Building up to a college situation, because they moved into that street and they were like, this is the fucking party central. We're going to party. But they were so fucking young.
They were young and naive. They had no idea.
I blame the campus for this bullshit, man. They should have been a little bit more.
This is off campus.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This was an off campus party road. Student housing off campus. Yeah.
I mean, it's in every college town, right? This kind of scenario is in every college town.
It's right down the road from us.
Yeah.
We live right down the road from one of the biggest college campuses.
They're not ready. These kids are not ready for this.
But at the same time,
they need these stories.
How would they have ever known that some sick fuck was out there just watching them? Like Maddie any woman alive has every right to reject any dude that they're not feeling without 100%. Without having to face any consequences. And she and 3 of her friends, her best friends, died because this fucker couldn't take rejection. And that is awful.
Some douchebag at the restaurant trying to fucking smack you on the ass while you're walking by. What fucking hell? Dude, what the fuck? And there's thousands of these motherfuckers in a group that are looking into this kind of bullshit.
Millions.
Lindsay.
So like I said, he was arrested on December 30th, 2022, and he was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 felony count of burglary because his neighbor in his campus had asked him to help her out installing cameras. And he fucking set it up to where he could go rob her. This trusting young woman. This is why you're rejected, motherfucker. You're a bad person.
Yeah.
You're a bad fucking person.
Should have been.
You have ill intent.
Before he went to fucking college.
I gotta chill out. I gotta chill out before I get in trouble.
Mom. There's
it
your
wasn't
breaking
his
point.
mom. It was his friend's mom. And she was just trying to save the family, his family.
Don't do it. No, don't do it. We damn sure don't put up with that bullshit.
Absolutely not.
We see some shit like that. We're calling it out. You're going to have to ride your fucking wave, dude. You just made this situation, and we're going to make sure everything gets exposed. I don't give a fuck, dude. Our own children, we've done that. What? I mean, never to this caliber.
No.
But at the same time,
No. We've stopped it before it got to this type of caliber.
But if there's any legal something or other where these kids need to be checked, we're going to add whoever we need to and try to get them involved to try to straighten that out before. Otherwise, they can walk that line.
Right.
And we're not part of it anymore.
He was extradited to Washington and then to Moscow and held without bail, of course. And they diagnosed him with Asperger's autism, but that is the highest functioning form of autism. And autism is not an excuse for murder, never will be. And Bryan's attorney says that he was standing silent on the charges, which I didn't even know that was a thing. So the judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. And that was in 2023. In June of 2025, Bryan finally pled guilty and was sentenced to 4 life sentences and then another 10 years for the burglary and ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $270,000. The house where the murders were committed was donated to the University of Idaho by the owner and was demolished 10 months after the murders. Now, like I said, there was 4 people involved here, 4 victims, 4 families, and their thoughts on that situation were kind of split. Like I said, I'm going to plug everything I listened to.
Yeah, there's more victims than that because they were going after some of the people that were just bystanders.
There was thousands of victims.
Yeah.
If we want to get, or
if
at least
want to get technical.
Okay, we'll say 500 at least, because the families, their friends, people involved, people that live nearby, everybody was scrutinized.
Half of that whole street. And then their families. And they're all worried about their kids.
TikTokers, YouTubers were talking about this shit constantly for clout and downing every party involved and saying what they would have done. You don't know what the fuck you would do in a situation like this until you're in it.
No. That's why I can't be a current media rage baiter. You know?
No.
I can't do current media. Like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to do past things that are already worked out. That's what we're doing here. But I mean, because people are like, they're going to jump
past at the same time. At least this is dealt with.
Well, it's done and over. But like, they're jumping onto this shit and creating narratives and throwing people in. This fucking thing has destroyed a lot of fucking people over one person that should have been stopped before he went to college, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can see all the signs, right? His mannerisms and everything, and his not being able to deal with fucking rejection. It became this. No. Learn your fucking rejection or just step away from humanity. You don't project any power struggles over humans. You don't fucking own that. You don't get that. You don't fucking deserve that.
At all.
Or demand it. Just because you get some kind of crazy rejection about your weird autisms and your inflictions and things with your own personal life.
Well, we don't want to call autism weird because, I mean, to be honest, we're probably all a little on the spectrum.
I do believe so too.
Your age, your age, and up.
I'm not calling that.
No, I know what you're saying.
Disability or whatever.
I just don't want
anybody
anybody to misconstrue what he's saying here.
Fuck no. I'm trying to analyze this into a point to where he needed to come up with an agreement with him and himself. And Asperger's is, dude, that's
completely high functioning,
right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being able to try to instill something for him to deal with that inhumanity before you set them off, or you find out the levels where I understand that there are some levels where they can't really function in society as going out on their own 2,000 miles away, right? Without their parents. And then you have to figure that shit
to
out
go
before.
they're out there getting a doctorate.
Right. Because you're so super intelligent, way beyond our fucking recollection. We can't fathom this.
I could be a doctor of shit.
Yeah.
Maybe a food. I'm a great cook.
So there's part of his control
there's people
thing
that
too.
cook better than me.
Super intelligent to the point to where he can control a whole fucking classroom, but at the same time, you're trying to oppress women because you can't deal with rejection.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? So everything
absolutely.
all wrapped up in a bag, I think, is dealing with rejection from the opposite sex, right? Because he's having those struggles, turmoils inside, dealing with he had to deal with all that through puberty. Now he's becoming a young adult, and now he's wanting to.
Well, like I said, so he was overweight as a child, and then he lost all the weight, and
confidence came back.
That still wasn't working for him because you're not a good person. You don't give off good vibes, Bryan. You're staring at people and to the point where they feel uncomfortable. You are criticizing people. And it's even said that, like, in just simple conversation, he would just talk over people and try to
demand it. He was demanding that power.
Demand attention, demand power. And he always acted like he was more intelligent than the next person.
Right.
So that's nobody else's fault.
Yeah.
You can't sit here and be a part of this sick, horrible community that hates women because you're awkward and uncomfortable in trying to develop relationships. That's nobody's fault but yours. Figure your shit out.
Agree on this.
Yeah.
I mean, this was. Am I nailing it here?
Yeah.
I think I am. I feel like that's the when it boils down to every damn thing, what comes out in the wash is really about a power struggle between him and his sexuality and rejection. He's not able to physically and mentally deal with this.
And I've also had to have, because I have all boys, I've also had to have the conversations with them. We're like, listen, I appreciate you respecting and trying to be the better person in your relationship with a female, but you can't let them also run you over and treat you like crap. Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a hard thing to do because I want them to respect and be wonderful to their partners.
We've watched 2 of our kids get ran over already.
Yeah. So it's like,
because though, Lindsay, we have instilled the respect dominantly because we don't want them to get into some kind of situation like this. I mean, not that we didn't never see any signs between all of our boys yet, but, and I would, they would have
lots of talks have been had.
Yeah. So many.
And there will be many more in the future. Like, if I see anything sideways, we're going to have a back porch talk or we're going to have a living room talk.
As parents, there's a balanced communication right there that we're constantly having in all the stages of their life.
And we're not better than anybody, but like, true crime has really opened my eyes to sometimes you just don't know what's going on in anybody's head, or not sometimes, like 90% of the time. So if you see any signs or if you see anything crazy, talk about it. Now, a memorial garden has been made in honor of the victims called the Vandal Healing Garden because, like I said, their mascot is the Vandals. And scholarships have been made in the names of Xana, Ethan, and Maddie. So sources that I used, I listened to the audiobook, The Idaho Four, An American Tragedy, and watched the documentary series called One Night in Idaho, The College Murders, and that is on Amazon. I encourage our listeners, if you want to know more about this case, if anybody's on the fence, because there are a lot of people out there who do not think that Bryan did this.
How do you not see it? I don't know.
And his father, his family has not even come to terms with that, as far as both of these sources say.
Come on, dude. The scabber that held the knife.
You don't want to ever think that your kid done something like this for, literally no reason. You know what I mean? Right.
But at the same time, his parents have to be like, we have to live the rest of our lives knowing that our son did what he did. How could you not? How could you not be like, I have to solidify everything, all the choices I made. Also, they have a lot of regret, right?
And his friend's family that he stole from, should have reported that.
Exactly.
It sucks. Yes, you're probably going to
point
end
number 1.
friendships,
Yep.
but you have to make it known that you know that this kid is sitting in the fucking trees and waiting for you to leave to rob your house. I think one of the coin collections was like worth like 32 grand, and I'm sure he didn't get nowhere near that.
That was your turning point. Number 1, you're not ready for
a fix.
society. You're not ready, dude. You're on drugs. You don't have your shit together. You're
But he was
brilliant.
smart enough
You're genius enough to talk to
to
me
be
and try
going to get
change,
a doctorate in
You're
a
changing my
subject.
thought process because you're so super intelligent, and that's what he did, right? I'm thinking that he did that. Lindsay, the sheer awareness of what you did right here. I hate it.
Now,
I hate that there's a fucking group of people. What'd you call this now?
Incels.
Incels.
They are. Oh, wait, so the applause finishes.
No, I'm living it now. I'm living it.
So they are involuntary celibates who literally just hate mostly women because they're too awkward to talk to them. And they hate them because a person in this group of people that they hate has rejected them at some point.
How many situations in a private setting have you met humans like this? How many?
And
those socially awkward type people.
Reading about this made
that'll show up in a group of people and they're dominating. I'm doing it right now, and I'm not trying to be like this.
Oh, I know what you mean. You're trying to get your words out.
Yeah,
your thoughts.
I have to. I've been in these little groups in social situations, right? I mean, where you kind of bullshit, and you got 3 or 4 or 5 people, and there's somebody plugged into the middle of this that has that domineering fucking taking over any situation and looking, and you can clearly see some kind of weird vibe. And especially when it comes to like a female speaking, they're over the top whenever they're trying to speak, like they dominate that situation. I've seen this. Have you seen this yourself?
Oh yeah. Well, this whole scenario made me sit back and think about how lucky I am that nobody I rejected has ever come after me, because even just in simple passing and be like, no, thank you. Or, I have a boyfriend or I have a husband, that might not have been good enough for that person, or because I've rejected at least a handful of people,
right.
Maybe 2. And it's not because it was anything against them personally. I was either in a relationship or just not interested in being one. You know what I mean? I rejected people when I was a single mom and just didn't want to fucking deal with a man.
You're allowed to have natural
You're allowed
attractions
to reject
and
people.
unattractions.
Right.
You're allowed to have that.
You are allowed to reject people. And the fact that this motherfucker killed 4 people because one rejected him because she had a boyfriend. And this guy was just not her type. You're allowed to do that.
100%.
Without explanation, without any reason at all. You're just about
any further
allowed
fucking
to say,
conversation.
No, thank you.
No, I'm good.
Period.
I'm good. Yeah. I'm
without
done.
having to worry about somebody like this stalking your home and murdering you.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
The sheer awareness right now. Thank you, Lindsay. You destroyed me. Oh, man. Get it fucking together, dude. Learn your fucking delivery when you're trying to have some kind of attraction, Because have a better delivery. Come on.
If I haven't said it enough, he didn't just take 4 lives. He destroyed many, many more. There are 2 survivors that lived in that house that literally have to live in private because of this one fucker. They're not in the public at all. There are more that had death threats and their lives destroyed. Hunter Chapin, Ethan's brother, one of the triplets, when he went back to school the next semester, he had to open his window, or not had to, but when he would open his blinds, he would see the house from a distance that his brother was senselessly murdered in.
Slaughtered in, yeah.
Slaughtered.
That 9-inch K-bar, though, I'm so fucking scared of it. I'm like,
scared.
Dude, I want to buy one and just set it somewhere and look at it and be like, this motherfucker right here is the most destructing fucking thing that, I mean.
Don't bring a K-bar knife in this house.
Well, yeah, I don't really.
No.
I'm fucking scared.
Is that because you and Landon, y'all like your weapons as a collection type aspect? You don't want to use them.
We like to put holes in paper.
Yeah. Like Landon just likes buying knives and sharpening them and cutting paper. That's like literally all he does.
That K-bar is horrific, man.
Don't bring a K-bar in this house.
I had a Rambo knife as young teenager.
That's the Rambo knife is the K-bar? Okay.
Mine was the Rambo survival type with a compass and the bullshit on the back of it, but it was still a K-bar on the front. Don't have it anymore. I was like, I'm trying to overcome the
Nobody needs a K-bar knife.
This is the serrations on the back and the
You're not living in the jungle somewhere trying to survive. Yeah.
I'm scared of it, but at the same
and
time,
I hate
like,
to
I'm
even
only
laugh
scared of it because of these stories.
Yeah.
You know? You fucking killed me. Can I play music, Lindsay?
Please cleanse my palate. What amazing band do you have in store for us? Because I know it's going to be great.
Got you something over here, Lindsay. We're gonna do some grooving over here to Double O.
Double O.
Yeah. Check it out. This is Lose Control featuring Tommy Peanuts by Double O. You're going to love it, Lindsay. Here we go.
Shine bright, tell me what they gonna do. Try hide it, this is what they come to. On a 1-2, kick a rhyme like kung fu. Could've been me down, but I won't budge. Silly when I'm in the town, gotta show love. Roll up, one draw, took a hose up. Yo, bitch, what's the hold up? Give me the mic, then I got what you want, yo. Hands high, let me see you lose control. Hey, cause I got what you want, yo. Bad rhyme making me lose control. Check, you know I got what you want, yo. It's my time, wanna see you lose control. Hey, hands high, what you got, yo. That's right, wanna see you lose control. Hey, right, then I got what you want, yo. Hands high, let me see you lose control. Hey, cause I got what you want, yo. My rhyme making me lose control. Check, you know I got what you want, yo. It's my time, wanna see you lose control. Hey, hands high, what you got, yo. That's right, wanna see you lose control. Hey, I'm like.
Lindsay. That good hook with that back fucking side just groove. Dude, I love that.
That's the kind of rap that I enjoy a lot. That's got like, that's why I love Outkast.
It was funky and I love it.
Amazing.
It was groovy. It was every part of good hip hop that you can bring to a whole fucking podcast here. Lindsay, thank you guys so much for letting us play you.
Now, Jesse played them from YouTube. They are not on a Spotify. I did not find them on
check
Spotify.
Check it out on YouTube.
And
DUBBULO.
Yes. And then on Instagram, they are DUBBUL_O. And and they're promoting Stand Out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just want to really quick, just in case I did not describe an incel good enough, I looked up the full definition.
Oh, yeah.
Really
back
quick.
to work. Yes.
So, like I said, it's an involuntary celibate. This is a community that is online, and their structure is predominantly heterosexual men who express extreme frustration, misogyny, and entitlement, blaming women for their lack of sexual or romantic relationships.
Fucking nailed it.
And they are centered on, but not limited to, platforms like Reddit. Bryan was on Reddit a lot. 4chan and specialized forums. And this group often promotes violent rhetoric, radicalization, and what's called black-pilled nihilistic worldview.
They're centered on being self-fucking centered.
They're dangerous.
Yeah.
Shut this shit down.
Yeah. They shouldn't let that actually be on any fucking platform.
Well, unfortunately, we can't cap any of that shit anymore.
Fuck that shit. Fucking shut it down, dude. Flag it.
But yeah.
Put them on a different fucking spectrum. That way they know they're fucking being shitty.
I've been sick to my stomach all week over this. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at Drink About Something on, like I just said it, Instagram. So we share the episode, pictures relating to the stories and the bands and their links. And then we are also on, where else? Our main website is drinkaboutsomething.site. That's where you can find us
We're on
everything.
TikTok. You can follow our socials. You can fucking do all the links, and you can find us on YouTube if you just type in Gen Z, JNDSEY, and we're going to party and have fun with you in a fucking structured way that is not horrifically toxic. These kids needed more knowledge before they were set off.
But at the same time, they shouldn't have to have
awareness.
They shouldn't have to have it.
Play them this fucking podcast before you send them off to college. Jesus.
And watch The Handmaid's Tale and now The Testaments.
Yes. Lindsay, we're going to keep on cracking, though. I got to get off here. We love you
so much.
Yes. And I want to go ahead and say, is it my turn? Can I go have my turn? I want to do it. My turn. I want to do my turn. Bye. We love you so much. Bye.
Bye.